So our file's downloaded, and the squirrels turned into the arts district. I decided that we needed to hop to a different folder just to give a better demo of what we wanted to do. So this is something I shot in a couple of months back. It's the art district. I'm now in the bridge, so my file's downloaded, the bridge opened up, and by default, this is how it looks. If I click on an image, you can see over on the right-hand side, I've got a preview. In the middle are contents. The contents are all of our files. And over on the far left side, we have folders. We have favorites. And if we click on computer, that's how we access our external media. So they'll see our no name, which is still that smart media that I had in there that hold my images, and then my other hard drive. So if I wanted to go back to this folder, I'd go to LaCie, I would go down to 217, and notice when I do that, if I click on folders, I can actually see what all of these folders are mimicking here. So initially, I just went here to LaCie, then I would generally hop over here into folders and hop down here to our, I think we were doing the arts district. Yep, that's where we were. Okay, so I don't really like to have it set up like this. I like to change this so I come in here and I can move these. So I like a much bigger preview like that. Then I can really see what my images are looking like. Over here in the filter menu, you can see I've already starred some things. So there are 4 images that I gave 4 stars to. And who knows why my thinking was then. Oh, that was kind of cool. Interesting. If I click that off, I go back to all the images, and I have 80 that I 5-starred. So these are the images that I really liked from this shoot and thought I could do something with. So how do you star an image? Well, you just click on it, and you can come up here to label, and you can give it a star. And you can give it a second, select second, approve, and review. These are colors, these are stars. But that's kind of a pain clicking 5-star every time, so you can just use your keyboard and hit Command 4 to go to 4-star or Command 5 to go back to 5-star when the image is selected. Now those color coding, if we do Command 6, you can see it turns red, Command 7, yellow, Command 8, green. So, and if I want to get rid of the green, Command 8 again, back to no color. Sometimes I use those when I'm refining. So if I had those 80 and I wanted to take it down to 10, I'd leave all my 5 stars and then I would add a color to help define it. So that's kind of how I go through and rank things. Now, rather than clicking on each image, I would use the arrow key just to move through. And you can see in here I've got JPEG and the .orf. The .orf is my proprietary RAW file. Yours might be CRW or NEF, depending on what kind of camera you shoot. It's always different. Each camera system has its own proprietary RAW extension. And my ORF is for my Olympus. So I can just go through, and when I find one I like, I can just do Command 5, Command 5. And one is a JPEG and one is a RAW. Remember, I told you guys to set it up to shoot RAW and fine quality JPEG. And that's what I was doing here. You can see this is highly processed, and this looks more true to nature or to real life. So that's how you go through and star images. Now, over here under folders, I have a little arrow here. If I click on that arrow, it drops down and it shows you that there's 2 folders in this particular folder. So the folders are within the folders. If I click on that, these are Facebook images that I was going to post. And, oops, where did it go? Facebook 2. So then these are the resized 2048. That's the size that we post on Facebook. But just for fun, we're going to come back here and we are going to create another folder within this folder. So we can come up here to the menu and create a new folder, or we can use this keyboard command, Shift Command N, to create a new folder. And that's what I do most of the time when creating a new folder. So Shift Command N, but I can just click here. In this one, I'm going to call it Contact Sheet. Because that is what we are going to be doing next. We're going to create a contact sheet of 36 images. So from this folder, And how many images are in this folder? Well, there are only 18 images in this folder, and I know that by looking at the bottom left-hand corner. So let's go back to our, let's grab that. We'll take this out of here and we'll put it into the Arts District contact sheet. Then we'll go back here to the Arts District. We'll look at those 82 files, and let's pick 36 of them. And we're going to use a color coding to do that. So let's start by Command 6 on this one. And as I'm cycling through, Command 6 on this one, Command 6 on this one. I like the color too. Maybe I'll do both just for now so we can look at it later. And notice I'm getting down low here, something I really like to do. I always like to have this building in the background. Whenever it's around the Newport building, I generally shoot it. It's kind of like the Stratosphere as well. We're going to add this one to that group, so I hit Command 6 again. I have 36 images selected, and they're scattered throughout this 709 images. So let's get those 36. I'm just going to click here on this red label. Notice it says 36. Boom, all 36 of my images are now selected. I'm going to do Command A on my keyboard, and Command A is Select All. And I'm now going to move those 36 images into my contact sheet folder. And they were taken out of the one folder and moved into here. Now I can go through here and order them. So let's see, everything actually seems to be in order, but if I wanted to move things around, I can just click and drag like so. Okay, I don't necessarily want to do that because they are pretty much in the order that I want. So that's looking pretty good. So now I can rename these. I can do that by selecting all, Command A again, and I'm going to come up here to to Tools, Batch Rename. And in here, we're going to rename them in the same folder, and we're going to type in 100, and then the sequence number. We're going to start with 1, so it'll 3 digits. You have 1, 2, 3. It'll be 36, so it'll be 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 2, and then at the end it'll be 036. And I can add another area for the file name, and we're going to keep the current file name, so you'll still have that. And we want to preserve current file name in XMP metadata. We want everything to be compatible, so we leave all that checked on. But look at this. This is very confusing in here, like so. So let's add another text option here. We're going to do an underscore. And now it's showing you, there's our file name. And 001, and then to the names, we can add another one here, another text. We're going to do another underscore. So the file assignment is 100 underscore 001, and it'll be up to 0036, and that's your original file name. And whether they're JPEGs or PSDs or RAW files in here, it will have that extension as well. So let's do the rename, and all we do is hit rename. So now these are all renamed. How cool is that?